Well, today's the day. We are now pulling out of Bora Bora and French Polynesia, headed on towards hopefully Niue, if we get a weather window to get in there, and then on to Tonga. Got our parasailer up and flying today. It was the first time we got it since we got it back from Tahiti Sails, and they were supposed to do the repairs on all the little sail tape pieces that we put on there, probably like 15 total. They repaired like 3.
Wow, look at that speed over ground, 51 knots.
We're cruising now, man!
Go Garmin. The saga of the VHF continues. Last night was rough.
Well, that was a night and a half. Between French Polynesia and Niue, Tonga, exactly what I was told it was going to be. High winds, high seas, everything. I've got a reef in the main and we're doing 10 knots.
Last night was probably one of the most terrifying nights I've had on shift. Here's the crappy thing about Niue. So you sail 1,200 miles from Bora Bora, and not only can you only get in if there are easterly winds, if there's a westerly component, you cannot anchor or mooring, but there's only 5 balls, I believe, and if you get there and they're taken, you just got to keep on going 3 more days to Tonga. So cross our fingers, our balls that were reserved 5 days ago are available.
The mooring balls that we're supposed to have, we're taking.
Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way. We got what it takes. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Well, today's the day. We are now pulling out of Bora Bora and French Polynesia, headed on towards hopefully Niue, if we get a weather window to get in there, and then on to Tonga.
Sad, we're taking down the French Polynesia flag.
All right, after 3 months, bye-bye French Polynesia, putting it away in our memory box.
On to new countries. Bye, beautiful Bora Bora. It's been a great 9 days. So we have been told by locals that there's already been many whale sightings right outside this pass. It's August 1st, so technically in Bora Bora you can swim with the whales. So Beth and I have already got our swimsuits on. I've got our mask and GoPro and everything ready. So hopefully, cross your fingers, somewhere on this trip we will find whales to go swimming with. We just passed the reef and Rob's already bringing out the fishing gear.
Get some tuna or mahi, man.
Oh, that would be, oh dang.
What?
I didn't buy cabbage.
Oh well.
And when you're outfitting your boat, if you do buy the Aeromax water filter, just get the expensive one, because my gosh, the 2.0 takes forever to fill up water bottles. Are you excited for this passage?
No.
It's been a while since we did a long passage, isn't it?
Yep. 3 months.
Can you tell me your favorite thing in French Polynesia?
The clear water.
You like that the best?
Yeah.
All right. Buckle up, Buttercup. We've got 8 to 10 days. You're gonna be able to get some sails up?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get out of the shadow of the mountain here, and hopefully we get a good wind angle to throw our parasailer up. But it looks like there's only like 7 knots of wind right now, so we'll see.
What are we supposed to have?
15 knots.
First casualty of the trip within the first hour. I had just filled up my water bottle with water and ice, and I sat down to text my daughter to eke out the last little bit of free Starlink, and these waves they're big, but there's a good time in between, so we're kind of going up and down, but one just kind of came out of nowhere, and my fault. But just cleaned up 40 ounces of water from all that.
All right, Davis, are you off? You're off the internet?
Yeah.
All right, we gotta switch it to priority data. I wish I knew if this island right here, we could get another 4.5, 5 hours. Y'all wanna chance it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It may go off for a little bit, but we might get it through this island here.
It's fine. Just cut the cord.
No.
Just cut the cord. We're gonna cut the cord.
No.
It's fine, because I want to be safe for the rest of it.
No.
It's not that we will have access to internet. It's just we have learned Starlink priority data is expensive. We spent over $600 on our Pacific crossing, and that's with everything turned off and just like texting our kids once a day, Rob getting weather data. It's not cheap priority data. So we've got all of our books downloaded, our library books downloaded. We'll be okay. It's just, you know, something we don't seem to get used to. And these waves are on our beam, so that is my least favorite angle for the waves to come, because the boat just kind of goes like this, and it just tends to make you more nauseous. I'm not nauseous yet. I feel like maybe I could be. I've taken all my precautions. Guess I need to get my band on just to make sure.
So I'm here running the rigging for our parasailer. So hopefully we can get that beauty up and running again after she's been repaired for the second time. And hopefully,
and see what those repairs
hopefully it's the last time we have to get it repaired.
Well, and hopefully see what those repairs look like, because
yeah,
it was only $300 to repair all of that, so I'm a little concerned.
We'll see. So we just adjusted our angle because we got heard out on the radio that some boats that are about 5 to 7 miles south of us are getting about 15 to 20 knots of wind, and we were getting like 7 knots of wind up here. So we've kind of changed our angle to try to get down south and hopefully pick that wind up so we can get moving and get the engines on.
Did you get something?
Well, we got something and it took the bait and it took my lure.
Man, I go downstairs for like an hour and I get a text from Beth on Warrior. She's like, "You're about to overtake us. The heck are you doing?"
Blowing hard, blowing hard.
I mean, we're sailing. We're on the same course. Somehow we're going 6 to... Good job, babe.
They're turned that way a little bit more than us. He asked me what we were doing different, because it drops down to like 10 knots and then it picks up to like 17. But I've got our German system we've got is a little bit different. They have a traveler system. We've got the German system. So I told him to bring his traveler as far to his starboard as possible to kind of help with the angle off the sail, because we're almost at 90 degrees, sometimes a little bit past it. So hopefully that helps him pick up some speed. But I guess this is one good thing about the German system. I think we can get our traveler over just a little bit and keep the sail tight enough to where in lower winds it doesn't pop as much. So we'll see.
And we're sailing. It's been a couple hours since we had the motors off and it's been glorious.
Yeah, we missed a fish, but you know.
Sorry.
Hopefully the next one. So this is the path that we should be on, this dotted line right here. If you get closer, you can see. This dotted line is supposedly our path, but it takes us straight to Mahipaha, but we need to go around that. So
it takes us straight to where? Oh, another
Mahipaha.
island. Okay. So we got to go around the island.
So we got to go around the island anyway. So I'm staying at this until we get here tonight, and then hopefully the wind will shift a little bit more, and we can get a better angle towards Niue, and maybe a little better on the swell too. It's not bad.
Happy with that. This girl is doing great. A slow start, but it's finding her groove.
We're getting there. I guess getting those barnacles off the bottom really helped us.
Or you're just learning how to sail much better.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
We got another one on the line.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay. What happened?
We had a bite, but he didn't take the bait, I guess you want to say. So we're just waiting for another bite, I guess.
At least I was up here with him to turn on the engine.
Darn it.
Yeah. We'll keep trying.
I'm trying, man, I'm trying.
Day one is almost in the books. Getting ready to make some dinner, take some showers, and then we'll start our night shifts.
Well, we got our parasailer up and flying today. It was the first time we got it since we got it back from Tahiti Sails. And they were supposed to do the repairs on all the little sail tape pieces that we put on there.
Which were probably like
There's
50?
probably like, no, there's probably like 15 total. They repaired like 3. And I don't know.
frustrating.
It's frustrating because now I'll probably have to do it again and pay another $300 to have somebody else fix it. But, you know, hey, it's flying, it's working. The big rip they actually fixed, so I'm kind of good with that, but I just wish they would have fixed all the other little ones too.
We're on 6 knots with 9 knots of wind. It's a little cloudy, but I got the parasailer up. So if you can see, they fixed this side over here, but there's still sail tape on this side over here and down here that they didn't get fixed. So that stinks. And we are out here all alone. Our buddy boat's like 20 miles away. They put up their parasailer yesterday afternoon and they had to head in a different direction. We actually were on a beam reach last night with 9 to 16 knots and we were probably going 6 to 8 all night, which was nice. Is he on?
It got loose or he took my lure again. I don't think he took the lure, I think I feel it.
This will be our 3rd lure to be lost and our 4th hit on the line.
Oh my God, these fish must be huge.
But what are we doing wrong? Well, at least we didn't lose it.
We didn't lose it. Back in the water you go. But these fish are strong and huge out here, man. Some people actually use, instead of fishing line, they actually use paracord when they're fishing out here on hand reels because the fish are so big. Man, it's crazy.
Sails have been up all day and got like 6 to 10 knots of wind maybe. It's going more towards the beam now, but 5.3.
All right, so another thing that we've been doing is we vary the length of the halyard for the parasailer and to minimize chafe on the line, because as it rubs against the spectacle up there, it starts rubbing, and so we need to like extend it to doesn't rub the same spot over and over again and doesn't chafe through the line like it did originally. So we are adjusting it back and forth, and the chafe looks pretty good up there right now.
Reeling it in for the night.
Reeling it in for the night. We don't fish at night here on Paradise Falls.
It's 5:30 and we're gonna start putting the bed in night mode.
So we've put the helm enclosure down to enclose that for the night, and took the fishing lines in, and that's it for the night, you know. Tucked everything away, dishes are done, put away. So, yeah.
So it is day 3 of our crossing to, I think at this point we're going to Niue. We last night sadly had to put the parasailer up, had to wake Rob up for that around 10 o'clock, and we motored until I got up about 6 this morning and helped him put the parasailer back up. So we're now under sail again, but this is the first good day that I have had this entire trip. I have felt, well, the first day I was really crappy. I was nauseated and vomiting. Well, yesterday I was just nauseated and slept most of the day, but so I feel great today and I am so thankful for that. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I've had the same things as her like every day. So yeah.
But you haven't thrown up though.
I have.
When did you throw up?
In there, I threw up last night. I threw up last night. I feel much better.
But he didn't tell us he threw up. All right, so looking at the map, we've got 783 miles left to go on our passage. we're close to the Cook Islands. We want to take a little detour. But we're going in 10 knots. We've got the parasailer up and we're going between 6 and 7. Which I'm pretty darn thankful for because last night we were crawling at like 3 to 4.5-ish knots. Anything eventful happen on your shift after 2?
No, I mean, I had to jib out for a little bit, got a little bit more speed out the boat, but it looks like we're keeping pace with our neighbors, with our buddy boat, so that's pretty good. And there's another boat that's, they said, is behind us, and we passed a boat in the middle of the night.
Really?
Yeah.
You saw a boat?
Yeah, the one that was on AIS, that wasn't our buddy boat. That was another boat.
Oh, stink.
Yeah.
Well, they were like 4 miles from us.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but I think Dave and them are still about 13 miles that way, which is fine. We're both on the same track, so hopefully we'll arrive around the same time. Praying for early Friday morning, we'll see.
Crab. I guess when he said, that's like another 7 days. This is like a fourth of crossing the Pacific.
It is. It's right at 11. It was at 1,100 miles, I think, for the passage to Niue, and yeah.
Day 4, we wake up and we have a little stowaway down there. And he looks nice and comfortable, so we're just gonna leave him.
I don't know how long he's been there for, but it looks like he might have landed in the boat or hit the boat last night. So we'll just let him hang out for a little bit. He'll probably fly away. I'm gonna go move the bird. I'm gonna go put him in the back over here. Because we're going to jibe the boat and we need access to that area while we're jibing the boat, so I don't want to freak the bird out and have him trying to fly into the sail or anything while we're pulling it down. So we're going to attempt to move the bird.
Hope this goes well. Hi, little guy. You look all cozy. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this way. Don't bite. Don't bite.
There you go, buddy.
All right. Safely located. So currently we have 632 nautical miles left to go. We're only going 4 knots with 7 knots of apparent wind. So Rob wants to...
We're going to jibe the parasailer, but in order to jibe the parasailer, we've actually got to douse it, re-rig the lines, and put it back up. So it'll be a process, takes about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and we'll be on our way again.
Starboard engine. Right, we're bringing it down.
So now we're dropping the halyard so we can move the halyard to the other side. I'm going to re-rig the lines, and then hopefully I can get this was twisted, so as it's going up I got to try to untwist.
Are you helping?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
We're right now sitting in the shade.
You're just taking a break?
Yeah, a little break. It's hot. Yeah.
Can you come sit on the sail? This is something kind of new to us because honestly, the entire Pacific crossing we were on a port tack, so she was always on the starboard side of the boat, so we've only done this. This might be like our 2nd or 3rd time we've done this.
Well, we have to run that whole line up front,
Rigged up, ready to go back up.
Ready? pretty.
Perfecto! We just need to let the line out.
And she's up. Now in 6 knots of apparent, we're going 5.1. So we just have to trim her sail and get her squeaking every knot out that we can.
Right. Good job. Perfecto. She's up.
You can trim her.
And get her trimmed. Warrior, warrior, warrior. This is Paradise Falls. Hey, Davis. Can you unplug that one up front? Unplug that one.
The saga of the VHF continues. But we don't know if it's them or us.
Test.
Can you see the orange parasailer, Davis?
Yes, I can see the top of it.
Warrior, warrior, warrior. This is Paradise Falls. You read?
So end of day 4. Still working on VHF issues. But we've got 600 more miles to go.
Getting there. Hopefully we can get there Friday
And we
afternoon.
still have our parasailer flying.
Warrior, warrior. This is Paradise Falls.
What's making for dinner?
Making pork chops and corn and mashed potatoes with rosemary.
Because we are all out of our passage meal bags. It is 10:30 at night, and after watching the parasailer flop around for like an hour, I went and woke Rob up because it's died down to like 3 to 4 knots. It's not able to keep the parasailer inflated, and the wind just keeps clocking around. So we're gonna take it down.
Well, good morning. We have been running the engine all night because the winds have been so light we had to take down the parasailer. And I'm going to try to put the jib out right now while Shannon's sleeping. Give us a little extra push, I guess. But I don't think it's going to do a whole lot of good, but we'll see. Not much change, but you know, hey. I think I got a half a knot.
So tell us about the current situation.
I've got the jib out, but it's just kind of flapping and flailing. It's catching a little bit of wind, but not much. Our buddy boat is right over here. We were 13 miles away from each other. Now we're a lot closer. We were talking to radio this morning, and
VHF is working.
it is working. We're
In
like-
close proximity.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got a little bit of time to motor because I checked Predict Wind, and Predict Wind saying that the wind's not going to fill in again, possibly until Tuesday evening. It's Monday. So we'll see. But it was the lull started a lot earlier. So hopefully with the lull starting earlier, the wind will fill in earlier too, which will be a good thing, and will get us to Niue a lot quicker.
It's kind of a gray day out here. Just makes you want to lay around and watch movies and do a bunch of nothing. What are you doing today?
I don't know, sleeping on my phone, watching some pre-recorded videos.
It's kind of a gray day outside, isn't it?
Yep.
Good day to sleep and watch movies.
Yep.
You want to go to my room and watch a movie with me?
Yay!
It is 6:30 on day 5. The sun just set, and this is where we're at. We finally have a little bit of wind, so we put a jib out. Helped us go a little bit faster. We were going between like 4.5 and 5, so any little bit that saves gas, we're happy with. Our friends Warrior are still, they're about 2.5 miles north of us, which is crazy because usually they're the super fast Leopard 45 with folding props, and theirs is just always faster, so the fact they've actually stayed with us for 5 days is kind of crazy.
First moon we've had in 5 days, and there's a bright, bright star right underneath it.
So I get a sliver of a moon tonight, so it won't be completely pitch black, which is nice. Ooh, we're under 400 miles. This is the first time in, what, 24 hours we had a sail up?
Yep.
Motoring stinks.
Motoring stinks.
At least we get hot showers. That's probably the only advantage.
And you know what though? Now I mean, honestly, it was like when we first got the boat, it was like motor, motor, motor. It's like, let's just get where we're going. Now it's almost like I'd rather just sail. And you know, if it takes a little bit longer, it's fine. The only problem with this was the lull was over 24, like they're almost 36 hours.
Wow, look at that speed over ground, 51 knots.
We're cruising now, man!
Go Garmin. You know that the Raymarine's about to lose its AIS signal when our speed over the ground goes crazy.
Haywire, yeah.
Usually it does this at 11 o'clock at night with me. We get some sails up?
Yeah, boy! Sails are up, engines off, and we're sailing, we're sailing.
So we have a main and a head sail?
Main and head sails up, and we are doing between 5.5 to 7 knots.
Which is so much better than motoring.
Yes, thank you for the wind, thank you for the wind, appreciate it.
Yeah, we're about to start night shift.
Yay!
Yay for you, because you get to go to bed. Last night was rough.
Well, that was a night and a half.
What in the heck happened?
So the wind kind of picked up when I went to bed, and we were sailing, and then Shannon came and got me at 2 o'clock, and I came up here, and then just
Within an hour, it's like the crap hit the fan.
I mean, we were hitting like 21 knot winds, 20. I mean, just blaring. I mean, it rained a little bit, and it just went on and on and on.
Waves were coming over the front of the deck.
I mean, we were.
I got tossed into the wall.
We were pounding into it for a good portion of the night, and then finally, right around daybreak, it really kind of started, which is 6 o'clock, so 4 hours of that. It's, you know, it was just crazy, and yeah, but now we're at 16 knots, 17 knots, and we're doing 6 knots over ground.
And only 300 miles left to go.
Yeah.
And little man is still sleeping. It's almost 10 a.m. We got 250 miles left to go, and it's just bouncing. My lord.
They were right. This is not a cakewalk. Between French Polynesia and Niue, Tonga. Exactly what I was told it was going to be. High winds, high seas, everything.
What just happened?
I wasn't paying attention, and this thing jumped in. I was doing something over here. It did that.
This is one of those perfect nights for those passage meals. I don't know, just cooking anything tonight has been challenging. Did we overtake Warrior?
We overtook Warrior.
They were like 4 miles ahead of us.
We are, I mean, I've got a reef in the main, and we're doing 10 knots. I don't know, I don't understand it.
This girl doesn't go 10 knots.
I don't quite understand it. We're doing between 8 to 10 knots with a reef in the main.
It is sporty.
But hey, you know, we'll get there on Friday now.
This is what we're looking at. 9.7 with 16 knots, a reef in the main. And the green beside us is our buddy boat. And they were almost 5 miles ahead of us. Davis, how's dinner tonight?
Pretty good.
How's trying to eat dinner tonight?
Wrong. Like I have to lay against the wall.
So your bowl doesn't slide off the counter?
Mm-hmm. Standing while eating. This is, oh my gosh.
Because you're trying to hold your bowl.
Oh.
Day 8. We have 138 miles to go. We still have 2 reefs in our main. I'll try to go around. Our lazy jack broke, so that is part of our main that's just hanging over the helm. But last night was probably one of the most terrifying nights I've had on shift. I had a wake Rob up at 11. We had 1 reef in the main. We had a reef to jib, and it went from 20 to 28 knots, and we were going 11, 12 knots, and felt like you were just on this out of control roller coaster, and woke Rob up, tried to put the second reef in the main, but it was stuck, so we had to tether, go out, pull those lines, reef that down. We finally slowed down to like 8 knots, but still, it was a terrifying, and these waves, it's not like it was flat. I mean, it's windy, it's never going to be flat calm, but it was just like, I sat at the helm and felt like an out of control roller coaster. It was, before we reefed the second time, it was terrifying. How was last night?
Cold.
Oh yeah,
bumpy,
and it was
windy.
cold. Like, I was bundled up. I stayed at the helm until probably 12:30 or 1, and then the last hour I had to come inside because it was cold. Wow!
I woke up, but
Good morning, sleepyhead.
I woke up in there, but I went in there.
How did you sleep?
Pretty good. I actually like the back room.
Because why didn't you want to sleep in your cabin?
Gosh, because I'm in the front and you get banged.
You get banged.
Like,
Well, he woke up at 12:30 or 1, and I was like, what are you doing up? And he was like, I just can't sleep. It's banging and banging and banging.
Yeah.
So I just broke our electric kettle. So don't get anything glass on the boat. We're learning that. No, it's just flat. Yeah, I guess it is. But I moved it. I set it right here because I needed to get to the Instapot, and a wave came and went like that and broke it on the other side of this. This is 110, and everywhere around the world is 220 except for us. Is that right?
That's right.
So unless our kids bring us one, or we're down on electric kettle. Well, it's been we heard from some friends that are also on a passage that their parasail are just shredded, and
Things happen on a boat.
things happen from 0, like you go from laying around doing nothing to like
100.
last night with the wind, like 0 to 100 in a millisecond, and
Always got to be on guard.
yeah. Alright, the sun has set. Rob has went to bed. We've got 82 miles left in this, what's going to be a 9-day passage to Niue.
All right. Well, guess what? We have land ho, baby. It's a new country, so hey, we'll see what it looks like when we actually get there. All right. So we just got on the radio and hailed Niue.
Here's the crappy thing about Niue. So you sail 1,200 miles from Bora Bora, and not only can you only get in if there are easterly winds, if there's a westerly component, you cannot anchor or mooring, but there's only 5 balls, I believe, and if you get there and they're taken, you just got to keep on going 3 more days at Tonga. So cross our fingers, our balls that were reserved 5 days ago are available.
And there's Niue.
Alright, we got the Niue flag.
And what country is this?
Country number 7.
Woohoo!
Yay!
They just said we get to anchor out because the mooring balls that we're supposed to have were taken.
So although we reserved a ball 10 days ago, there's none. Currently they've told us to anchor out here behind these boats of the moorings, but we're not even giving a depth on our instruments. So on the charts it's saying it's over 150 feet deep, and we've only got 300 feet of chain. So not gonna work. And even if it did, they're on mooring balls and we're on chain, we're gonna swing differently.
It's incredibly frustrating when you pay for something in advance and it's supposed to be reserved for you and somebody else is occupying it when you get to where you need to be, especially in the middle of the ocean, 3 days away from any other anchorage. 3 days.
So we are ahead of the mooring field and we're still in 115 feet of water. Yeah, so Rob's asking me to check the depth. He said he can see the bottom and it's 82 feet deep.
Is it possible for them to raft up alongside us until a ball freezes up?
So Dave had the suggestion to raft up next to him because everything out here, once you get to less than 100 feet, it's all coral and rock. So anchoring's not really an option. Yes, I am overly emotional because when you've been at sea for 9 days and you've been nauseous and just sick, it's been rough, and you're looking for, you're here, like for safe refuge, and there's nowhere to park your boat, and it's like, we need to know, it's 2 o'clock, like if we're gonna get going to Tonga, like we have to continue another 3 days, you kind of need to like make these decisions, so I'm just still not used to this with the cruising world, you know, it's been a year, I should be used to like, when people say something, follow through, but in the marine industry, it's like, you know, no consequences for actions, no like, I don't know, it's just, the marine industry is frustrating.
Alright, so we're gonna be rafting up to Warrior. Let's see how this goes. Alright, we're rafted. Here we go, kids, alright.
Alright, good news. They installed a mooring for us and we're gonna go to our mooring 2 hours later. We have to break up with our buddy boat.
Thank you, sir. Yep. Appreciate it.
After we were safely moored, we jumped in the dinghy and headed ashore to check into Niue.
Alright, Landon, you get to operate the crane.
Alright, here's our
I
crane.
think there's a
Better grab that first.
So this is the most interesting dinghy dock we have seen.
Alright.
I'm not sure how I get out of here.
Okay. Good.
up.
Wow, that is the quietest crane I've ever heard in my life. Dinghy delivery?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There are parking spaces for your dinghy.
Right here.
Good job, guys.
Look.
Look, the first one or second one? Okay, so how do you say
Thank you. So this is the first customs office we've ever met in a parking lot out of the trunk of a car at the dock.
Nice. Hey man, do what you gotta do.
That is service.
That's right.